HorsePlayerNow.com's Joe Christopher alongside superhero sidekick Jeremy Plunk. And Jeremy, last week I got to sit way in the back of the night school classroom. I was not a panelist. I was simply a student, and I learned a lot about the AQHA quarter horse racing. You didn't need me as part of the panel. You had a superstar cast, buddy.
Yeah, we had a great cast. You were probably having flashbacks to your high school days, though, with the jean jacket pulled up over the head, the headphones on, maybe the smell of Marlboros in the air or something like that, you know. Hopefully you learned something. We had a great panel with Tom Dawson and Martha Clausen, also Dennis Blake, Jen Perkins, Jerry Schottenkirk, many of the Q Racing Aces who are like our Horse Player Now Tour. They go around the country in a fan education role in a traveling troupe. Last weekend they were at the All-American Future. So these folks get around the country and they teach people about racing. And I thought they were great in the panel last week talking about quarter horse racing. That they gave a lot of different viewpoints, but a lot of the similar angles were shared by everybody. And I think when you have that, that's the best learning experience because you see some agreement and it's not just a scattershoot of topics.
That's a very good point. I can say this about my experience, JP. I did not fall asleep at the back of the class, and the night school dean did not have to crack me over the head with a book, which was some of my experiences that I remember quite well from Catholic high school. So we're going to talk this week about odds and how to understand them. It's a Newbie Tuesday session, and later on in the night school campaign, October the 9th to be exact, we're going to talk about pools and odds a little bit more in an intricate way, but we're going to talk about understanding pools and odds this week for the newbies, but some of our more educated fans can get a lot out of this as well. I think what people need to understand first and foremost is the racetrack is not like a casino. The casino wants you to lose. You're going up against them. At the racetrack, they act as a broker, and basically all the winnings are distributed to the people with correct tickets. So the track wants you to win and to continue to churn your handle through the windows.
Yeah, every dollar you bet, roughly speaking, the track and the state that you're wagering in are going to take 20 cents out of that dollar. They don't care if a horse pays $200 to win or pays $2 to win. They're going to get their same 20 cents out of every dollar. The winnings and the money that's left over divided up by the number of people who win. You know, I'd like to describe the betting process in thoroughbred racing, kind of like The Price is Right, the old game show. You have to know what stuff costs in order to play it and what you're going to get in return. What is this 5-6 exacta really worth? Am I getting fair value on it? It's no different than a box of Rice-A-Roni. If you think that Rice-A-Roni is worth $1.50 and it's worth $2.50, you're ripping yourself off by buying it for more than it's worth. So getting a feel of what things cost, what they're worth, what your potential returns are, that's all about understanding the odds and making your plays when you're betting in thoroughbred racing.
Sounds great, Bob Barker. That guy had a great...
No one will be spayed or neutered at the end of this Price is Right. I can promise you that.
I'll tell you what, that guy had a great gig. In addition to what JP's talking about probable payoffs and so on and so forth, we're going to describe how the odds work, what the morning line odds are, how the odds cycle through, the probable payoffs, as he mentioned, and the will pays as well. So we're going to talk all about odds on tonight's edition of Newbie Tuesday, and we'll talk more about interpreting those odds and how to really analyze some of the pools a little bit later on in the night school session on October the 9th, so stay tuned for that. JP, another after-school special coming in from Mountaineer Park this week at 10 p.m. Eastern, immediately following this edition of Newbie Tuesday, so we'll be able to once again translate what we've learned tonight about the odds directly into the after-school special.
Last week, we had two heavy favorites win the daily double races. The combination returned $6.80 behind those two favorites for the daily double. So as we talk about odds and value and payoffs and stuff tonight, pay attention when you get to those Mountaineer races later. Are these races going to produce enough value to be interesting to you? Are they the kind of races that are going to produce big payoffs that might really whet your chops? This is the kind of stuff you have to look at before investing in a race, and we'll get a chance to do that in real time tonight in the after school special once again.
Now, next week, JP, is one of my favorite night schools of the year. It's the town hall meeting, and what the town hall meeting is we get executives and people who work in various roles at different racetracks from across the country to discuss the future of the game. Racing fans get to share their viewpoints, their ideas with these executives firsthand, get to ask them questions, get to give their suggestions. We're going to have a star-studded panel for that, and it should be one of the most interesting night school sessions of the entire season.
Yeah, we want everyone to tweet it out to Facebook and things like that, and let folks know who care about racing to show up for that particular night school coming up in 2 weeks, because you get a direct line of communication to the difference makers at the racetracks on that given night, and your suggestion might be something that really turns the corner as a positive change at your local racetrack, or your local 80, or your not local, but your national ADW that you play with online, and different factors like that. We want to get people from all walks of the racing industry involved to listen to you, because you're the fans who are coming out every week to learn more about the game. You're the lifeblood of the sport, and you're the customer base.
And trust me, these executives do listen. We had a great session similar to this one last year, but we're going to expand on it for 2012 and make it even bigger or better. So don't forget the town hall meeting is coming up. For Jeremy Plunk, I'm Joe Christofek. It's a Newbie Tuesday. We're talking all about the odds. We hope they're in your favor. Have a great show.
Come on down.